Good morning, everybody. Just want to take 30 seconds to encourage us in 2021 as we move forward uh, with healthy mind, healthy soul, healthy spirit to continue to do the things that are going to build us up and not take us down. As you can see behind me, uh, have a weight room. I put a weight room there because I actually try to work out. The problem is that I often don't make it to the gym and I often don't make it to the weight room. And not because I'm lack of motivation or I don't want to. My biggest problem is these snacks, sugar, chips. So I have a tendency to grab these things consistently and eat them, even though I know I shouldn't. The issue is that after I ate these things that are high in sugar and not good for me, and a bunch of chips, and sometimes a bunch of unhealthy food, carry out and drive in, and fast food and all that other stuff, it makes me feel so sluggish. So when I say I'm gonna work out in the evenings, or I'm gonna work out in the mornings, I'm gonna work out here, but I eat terrible, it makes me feel so sluggish that I want to take a nap. It drains me of my energy. Yes, some of the sugar stuff may give me a short energy burst, but it usually comes with a hard crash that doesn't take away my motivation. It literally just drains my energy. So I want to do the right thing, but what I've been feeding myself is now draining me from doing the right thing that I want to do. So the question I have for you going forward is, what are you feeding yourself? Are you feeding yourself that gives you stuff that gives you motivation? When I eat right, when I decide that I'm going to eat right this week and I'm going to eat the right things that are healthy for me, I have motivation, I have energy to go work out, I have energy after the workout. But when I don't eat right, I don't even have the energy to go work out. So what are you feeding yourself? Because oftentimes what we find out is that what you feed yourself spiritually will affect who you are and who you're becoming. So the question I would pose is, what are you feeding yourself? Are you feeding yourself a bunch of social media activity that's full of negativity? But you want to do the right thing. Like the Bible says, love your neighbor, but also love your enemy. But you can't love your enemy because all the negativity that you've been feeding yourself. You want to do the right thing, but you can't because the stuff you've been feeding your soul is overwhelming you. And I want to actually be a good person, and even though a person disagrees with me, I find myself consumed with hate. I want to do the right thing. I want to spend more time with God, but I've been feeding myself a whole lot of pornography. And let's keep it real. People have been trapped in the house, so let's not act like people's subscriptions to pornographic websites and OnlyFans and any other thing that you talk about hasn't gone up since people have been home. But I know we're not allowed to talk about that because we have to talk about superficial stuff in the Christian world. But let's keep it honest. People's addictions have gone up to certain things in this pandemic. And I want to do the right thing, but what I've been feeding myself is draining me. So when I say I'm going to open my Bible, I get pulled to the side with opening my laptop. I want to do the right thing consistently. I want to start my business, but I've been feeding myself too much reality TV. And I've been feeding myself too much Netflix. And as soon as I was getting ready to get up from my chair, they said next episode starting in 20 seconds. And tell me, there's nothing wrong with binge watching sometimes, but how much are you binge watching? Or is it taken away from your productivity of what you should be doing and what God is talking to you, but you can't hear? Listen, even Netflix tries to give you a break. It asks you, are you still here? Are you still watching? And the only thing I want you to ponder on today and going forward is, what are you feeding yourself? They have an old adage that says, you are what you eat. And that's not just true physically, but it's true spiritually. So the question is, if you want to be more kind, if you want to be more loving, if you want to be more patient, what are you feeding yourself? If you want to start a business, what are you feeding yourself? If you want better finances, what are you feeding yourself? If you want to be in better physical shape, What are you feeding yourself? If you want to know more about different people in different ethnicities, what are you feeding yourself? You will always find out you are what you eat. So I challenge you. And I'm challenging myself. I'm challenging all of us that if we want to have different results and we want to do the right thing, whatever that right thing is, you have to eat right. You have to feed your soul the very food that it's going to need for you to be patient, kind, love, long-suffering, all the fruits of the Spirit. You're going to have to feed yourself that. And whatever it is that you desire and you're trying to be, it will depict on your diet. So let me encourage you today as you go forward. Change your habits, but most importantly, change your diet.